All right, you guys, so today I'm going to give you a few pointers of how you can make your marine batteries last longer. Uh, this doesn't just apply to marine batteries. It'll apply to, heavy equipment batteries or even some of your car batteries that aren't sealed. So here I have two 8D batteries. These are extremely large compared to what you may have, but essentially we're looking at the same thing. These are wired in series to be 24 volts. Not that that's really appropriate right now, but these are also brand new batteries. I just changed this set after 3 years, and that's probably a lot longer than most of you people do with your marine batteries, because your boats may sit a little bit more. These are running, very regularly, a few times a week, year round. First thing is battery maintenance. Me personally, we check these batteries, the water level in them, once a week. Now, make sure you read your battery, make sure it is actually not sealed and you're not trying to bust into something. But first and foremost, these caps just pop right off. Sometimes you have a twist, a little screw that'll have something that is like a slot for a quarter. And you can see a little bit of water in there. Yep, you can see a little bit of shine. These water levels are good in this battery. But what you want to do is make sure that the water is just over the plates. If you look in there at a dry battery, you'll be able to see these little plates. And they're usually vertical up and down like this, and you'll see them right next to each other, just like that. And you want distilled water, and you want to take a funnel or a battery filler tool, which is basically just a little bulb that you squeeze to soak distilled water and strategically put it in here and not make a mess or not have any splash or anything like that. That will keep your batteries in tip-top shape. That's the biggest thing to making them last a long period of time. Now, if your boat sits regularly, not only do you want to check the battery water level fairly regularly, it doesn't have to be once a week, but the best thing you can do is put a charger in your system, even if it's a boat that doesn't sit in the water. Let's say it sits next to your shed or on the side of your home. You can put a battery charger in there and run an extension cord whenever necessary. This one right here is just a Charles 40 amp charger, and that maintains multiple banks of batteries on this boat. However, most chargers have a maintainer feature, and it will basically exercise your battery so that they're just not sitting up getting tired, as I like to say. But the main thing is check the water in your batteries whenever needed. Add distilled water, and your batteries will last you a lot longer, and you may not come back in the spring to dead batteries from the winter, especially if you throw in a charger with a maintainer. It's very cheap to do, and batteries cost a lot. If your boat requires an 8D, about as cheap as you can go, it's around $225 that I've seen regularly. That's your pretty standard price for one of these batteries. And if your boat has multiple banks, which most of you won't run into that problem, then that can get pretty expensive. So keep up with your batteries, folks, and they'll last a lot longer.